Hi there, I'm Cherie.
And I'm Chris, and we're with the Mobile Internet Resource Center.
On this video, we're going to give you our 12 do's and don'ts for security and privacy using mobile internet.
So this is just a quick look. We have a much deeper guide, but enjoy this quick take. Okay, security do number one is keep your system, your software, your apps, everything you have up to date. When new security issues come out, manufacturers race to get patches out, and if you are lagging behind and not running updates, particularly if you're running an obsolete operating system, you are putting yourself at extreme risk.
Don't click on suspicious links and emails. If you get an email from someone claiming to be a financial institution or something that you think you might do business with, but it says, "Dear customer," or something very generic and doesn't have your name on it, more than likely the email is a phishing scam. They're trying to get you to log in somewhere and give them your username and password so they can use it to try to hack into other accounts you might have.
Okay, another security do is use hard to guess passwords. That means don't base your password off your cat's name or an old address you used to have, or even common everyday words, just changing around letters for numbers and stuff. Those are things that are very easy for hacking software to guess at.
Don't use the same password twice. We know that creating all these complicated passwords gets kind of confusing and it's hard to remember them, but use a password management system like 1Password or LastPass to organize and keep these passwords and keep a unique username and password combination for every site you log into.
Another do is for your own personal Wi-Fi network, set a password. Use WPA2 Security, that's the latest Wi-Fi security standard, and make sure that it is configured for your Wi-Fi network so that devices on your network are privately secured.
When you are setting up your equipment, whether it's routers or hotspots or even hotspots off of a smartphone, change the default name and password. Sometimes the defaults are published online, and that means that people can easily log into your equipment if they just use like the defaults of admin or something like that. So create your own usernames and passwords.
Another security and safety do, this is very important, is do back up your data, and not just one little backup drive hanging off the side of your computer, but to 3 different places, at least one of them off-site and separate from where you're at, because particularly if you're mobile, when you have a hard drive crash, that could literally involve crashing into something else or a boat sinking, and if your backup drive is right there as well, that could be trouble.
If your hard drives are over 5 years old, don't rely on them, especially not for a backup system. Chris talked about doing 3 different backups, having one off-site. What we do is we purchase a brand new hard drive every single year. That becomes our primary backup, and then they all just kind of go through the cycle. Once they reach 5 years old, we get rid of them. We don't rely on them. Hardware does age, and if all of your data is on a 5-year-old hard drive, if you've got a crash, you could lose everything.
Be extra cautious on public Wi-Fi networks. Public Wi-Fi networks means that anyone else who is on the same network can potentially snoop on you. And even if you trust your neighbors, do you trust that none of their computers have been hacked? So, public Wi-Fi, just play it safe. Be careful, be aware.
When you're browsing, look for that little lock pad in your browser. That says it is a secure site. Also look at the URL. It should say HTTPS. And this applies for any site that you might want to log into or might have secure personal information, especially banking or financial. If it doesn't have that HTTPS, don't enter in a username and password. It's not a secure connection.
One final, very important do is enjoy yourself and all the things you can do online. Don't worry too much. Don't stress too much about the security stuff. If you are playing by a few basic rules, paying a little bit of basic attention to safety, you should be okay.
Don't stress too much about this. Unless you're a high-profile person or you're doing some really obvious stuff, you're not at a high risk of really insecure stuff. Yes, it's a scary place on the internet, but with a few practical things that you can do, you can enjoy your time online without too much worry.